going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. Today we're getting into a Ninja Turtle video, and we're getting into Mutation Mondays. It's been a long time since Mutation done one of these. Mutation Mondays, we pop open 2 vintage style figures that we're going to add to the collection. We used to do blind box style back in the day when we had lots of money, and that shit's crazy. We don't have that anymore. Plus the fact that there's only 3 figures I need to complete my carded vintage Ninja Turtle collection. So we have 2 of those right here. So it's a little sparse in between when we get those. So I'm excited to show those off to you today. They've been sitting here for a while, but I got them for fantastic deals. You got to keep hunting out there if you want to get this stuff. So we're going to check out 2 new vintage figures finally adding to the collection. Very, very excited about it today. I'm the Toy Chic. We do all kinds of toy stuff. Today, it's a Ninja Turtle video. So strap in, have some fun. Let's see what figures they're going to be. Alright, like I said, it's been a while since we've done a Mutation Monday. I haven't needed too many figures, like I was saying, and these figures I did open because I needed to check them out. These figures, both of them, we've gone through our trials and tribulations in life. We've had many memories, especially talking about our first one we're going to show off today. This has been the bane of my existence, all growing up. We're talking about General Trag. Oh, man. This is the original, 1989. This is the 21 back. It's not like the original, like, 10 back. This is when they introduced a bunch of the new characters, man. You got Leatherhead, Dexter Stockman, Casey Jones, Genghis Frog, Metalhead. Like, when these figures came out, we dreamed of finding these things. I never found General Trag. My brother had General Trag. I did not. I do believe my dad bought General Trag for my brother. A lot of times my mom would like us to get the same figures so we wouldn't fight over them. But he had them and I didn't. So I'm going to say that my dad probably picked them up, which I do think it was from Toys R Us. But in any case, he had that. I always took it. I have it to this day. I do not have it out now. I will get it out for the pictures. So stay tuned to the end. There'll be a couple pictures, not too crazy because they're vintage figures, but I'll get the figure out by then. But for today's video, I do not have it. I have several Trags. He's definitely a good army builder, although he is the leader down there for the story and whatnot. This figure, though, look, it's still got the Woolworth $5.99 sticker on it. Oh, man, this figure, I don't know what it is. I just like the colors and whatnot on here. So there's 2 different variations of this character. The also, fun fact, update, eBay just did an update on your phone. And now it, like, displays everything you bought with, like, the pictures, which is crazy and really, really fun at the same time to see what I paid for stuff in the past. I took so many screenshots of crazy things. But also super depressing of all stuff you paid. eBay, you're lucky I'm around. I'm literally paying your employees' salaries. But yeah, it was absolutely crazy. I couldn't find all this stuff. So it didn't go past 2017, actually. So it would have been before that. But when I was younger, and this is like really important. This is what's like always bugged me about this figure. So I had a brother, and he had a Leatherhead that had a soft head. I remember it. Well, we think we remember it distinctively in my head that he had a soft head, and because this has been like the second wave, so you do have like the squishy head, soft head turtles, which we have like this Donatello here. He's got like the soft head that they would put on there. And I remember like we had April, Shredder, Splinter, Foot Soldier. Everyone has soft head. Rocksteady, Bebop. Everyone had a soft head. I swear there was a Casey Jones, and my brother had a Leatherhead where it was soft. And my other, I think it was my other brother, he had a soft head General Trag. Now, it wasn't squishy head like the turtles, and for the longest time, I looked for information on this. It was like no one like ever knew about this or whatnot. So there was like an eBay seller for a really long time. I don't know if he's still on there. I don't even remember what his name was. It was like Football Orange or Orange Football. I don't know. He sold like all Ninja Turtle stuff. The people who are like old school collectors will definitely remember him. But he had like everything, man. Everything carded. And back in the day, you would think it was a crazy price. But now this stuff is absolutely insane. So you should just bought everything from him at that time. But I bought so many pieces from that guy. In any case, for so many years, no one believed me about this soft head General Trag and soft head Leatherhead. And then one day on him, because I was always following him and looking at his stuff. And it came up with soft head Leatherhead and soft head General Trag, and I lost my freaking mind. Now, he would just put like stickers on them. He would put the grade like C9 or whatever, and then he would put a little note, and it would say like rubber head on it. So I couldn't find any information, but from that alone, I was like, okay, like it looks like that because, well, we'll get into that in a second. So I was like, it looks like that is rubber on that Leatherhead. I'm gonna buy it. It's the only person who's actually ever believed what I've said about the freaking Rubberhead turtle. So I bought both of them or whatever. I still have Leatherhead to this day. I haven't showed him off on this show because he wasn't like a new one. I've had him for many, many years, but I do have the soft head. I have not opened him to see if he's soft head. And then I got the General Trag. That was the first version that I ever got. Inside of it when I got it, because a lot of things that came from this collector, they were obviously like stored in like a cellar or an attic or whatnot. I would say more likely a cellar, but they always had the little fleas and the debris inside, and sometimes the musky smell. And so that one came with a lot, and it was like right there. It was like right so I could see it, and I was like, this is gonna kill me. This is gonna kill me. But I thought for so long, I think at that time, I think I paid $60 for it, and so I think, and this is just remember because I couldn't find this one on eBay. I was like, well, it's got to be more of it now. And I stared at it for so long trying to see the differences between the two. And I always wished that I would have just opened that up before I sold it, because I wound up selling that thing for $30. And now I'll never know. Now I'll never know. But here is the answer to the question. The Leatherhead and the General Trag were first released with a lighter paint scheme on the face. It's not as glossy. It's more of a matte style color. So it gives it more of a softer feel versus the one who's like, it's like basically going from the soft head squishy turtles to the hard heads. You can't really tell the difference unless they're in front of you. You got a little bit more shine and whatnot on the face. Although it still looks like you can squish it, if you try, you can't squish it, and you got a little bit more shine. So it's the same with the General Trag. You're going to have a little bit more shine, better. This is a darker coloration. It does look good. I have a loose version, so I'll have to show that off if I can find those things at the end. But when I was staring at this for so long, the Rubberhead, Leatherhead, and the General Trag both had the lighter skin variation, and you will find that in the Leatherhead as well. But I don't think they're soft. I think they were just first run, different matte coloration, and that's what makes them different. But in any case, I have always wanted this figure since then. Finally, I got it for the freaking price I wanted to get it for. It was $69 for both these figures we're going to see today, which is pretty crazy. Prices are down, but it's nuts that I would finally get this figure for $69, which is probably about what I paid at first to get this figure. Back in the day, I think $60 would have been super, super great for Ninja Turtle figures. When I was looking through the eBay stuff, dude, the price I was paying is absolutely nuts. For everything. Battle Beast stuff, Turtle stuff, everything. I got Pandacon. This is like one of the lowest. I got Pandacon for $26. White face Pandacon for $26. Ray Fillet was $35. A ton of figures. Scumbug, $35. Mutagen Man, $38. Like, absolutely insane. Just absolutely insane. Like, paying $60 was absolutely unheard of. That's why I was like, oh, $150? That's kind of like a lot, you know? When I'm buying like a carded figure for $35, you want me to buy like a raw figure with no card for like $100 plus. It's kind of like a lot. But yeah, here's that one. And since I don't have the one to get out, I do have the new one. This is the only version, actually. What the hell just flew off there? Oh, it was a little gun. The new version. Here he is. General Trag. This is the NECA cartoon version right here. We always wanted. People army build these. These are really cool. They came in a 2-pack with Granitor, I want to say his name is. And they never made him in the vintage line, unless you're going with the Foot Toys. Picture inserted here for you guys to see. If you do want him in the vintage style, you can still probably get this from them. Hit them up. All right, since we wasted so much time on this fantastic piece, $5.99. That's like what the prices are on clearance at Walmart now for the new re-releases, which I don't know if they've done General Trag, actually. I do not know if they've re-released him. If they did, it came in one of those special, like, Technodrome boxes or whatnot. Next up, you guys don't care. Boom! There it is, baby. Movie star wrap. He came in the fancy little case by Toy Shield. Ooh, this is a good one, actually. Look at that extra money. You're probably looking at $8 if you bought it online with shipping. $13 for this case, plus this figure, which was also $69. And also the third time that I have bought this, fourth time I have bought this figure. Looking at this piece of paper that's right here. It was so cool to look at eBay and see when I bought all the different figures. I actually, you know what? I took this out once and I didn't like this case because it has little clippings on it. Oh, yeah. And it kind of grabs. Grabs the corners. Once it smushes down on the corners, it smushes it back, but it peels it back. It kind of whitens it a little bit. Like, ugh, what are we doing? What are we doing with that? So no Toy Shield. I'm not buying those ones. In any case, Raph, holy cow! I bought him back in 2023. It looks like 2023. I paid $73 for him. I also bought a loose one in 2020 for $26. He was loose complete on card. And then the other one was before that time, just like the General Trag. I got him and the box was all jacked up, and that's like not how it looked online. I remember I was like super bummed because I was like, I need this figure to complete my 4, and so I had to send them back. $447 on this. These have also been re-released by Playmates. They are absolutely terrible. They look like bootlegs from long ago. This one's unpunched. I think a lot of them I do have are. I think the rest of them are punched. One of them is a Canadian exclusive, I believe my Michelangelo. Which, looking upon eBay, I bought one in 2022. I bought Mikey. That was that one. He was $89. I bought Leo in 2022. I always thought Leo was the most expensive, and he did wind up becoming the most expensive. He was $141. Holy cow. In 2023, I wind up picking up Raph first. He was $73. This one, he was messed up when I got him. He was the second version that was messed up. He was resealed, actually, if I recall. And then I also picked up Donnie that year, 2023, for $91. So this is the cheapest I have paid. This is the cheapest for the last figure I needed, which I deserve it. I bought him 4 times. 3 times carded, 1 time loose carded. So I guess I have a really nice version somewhere. I also have my brother's and my own loose somewhere as well. Raph's one of the best. This figure is awesome. The card on it's really, really nice. Same. I didn't show off the card on this, but they're both like super spicy. Look at that. Very straight. Very nice. I can't believe these were both $69. Good deal on this. This guy had a bunch of stuff in him that day, but not enough where people couldn't bid on him. Man, the paint. There's just something about the vintage figures on card, man. I know they re-release them, but it's just something about having that original with that original stamp, man. You know it's history. I'm going to leave a sticker on this one for $447. That is not how much that cost. I've definitely paid way more. I don't have the NECA version out, and I'm not going to get that out because I only have my NECA versions carded. But I'll put a picture. You guys know the NECA makes fantastic ones. They're the best interpretations of this figure. I only wish they had rubbery skin. Mezco also has a movie version, but these ones are definitely the classic. I can't believe I finally have all 4. Finally at the end of the Movie Star Turtles, which leaves, like I said, just Michelangelo left to get, and I will have completed all of my collection of the vintage stuff, carded box, vehicles, all the stuff you need that I would want to fill out mines. I have so much turtle stuff. I'm on overload. I don't need any more. I'm happy with what I got. And happy to share this with you guys. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Mutation Mondays. I show off figures I already have. That were in the collection I've never showed off. But again, on Mutation Mondays, we always do figures that were brand new. We were one away. So if we do it by that account, the next Mutation Monday will be the final nail in the coffin. It will be a very monumental star moment. And I look forward to it sharing with you guys. Until next time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, come back.